thank you, Johnny, for reaching with you appearing. Appreciate that. Thank you. I've been on the road quite a lot lately, and I learned one thing from traveling, and that is that the airlines don't know what to call your suitcase, because when you check it, it's luggage. When you claim it, it's baggage. When they lose it, it's garbage. And I came out from New York. I saw Quest for Fire on the plane. How many people saw Quest for Fire? Is that a weird movie? They had some very unusual mating habits back then, didn't they? Like what they would do is, the males would wait till the females got thirsty and went to the stream. Then when they bent down to get some water, the guys would sneak up behind them. I was thinking, things haven't really changed that much, you know? Because guys are still saying, would you like a drink? You know? I'll tell you another thing you see at the airport. Los Angeles Airport is such a big airport. They have a lot of international flights out of here. And I happened to see a few of the flight attendants from the Japanese airline. And they dress them up like geisha girls. Have you seen that? They make them wear the kimono. Then they have the sash with the little pouch on the back. I found out what's in that thing. That's the emergency kimono in case the main one doesn't open. Thank you. Skydivers. Another thing you see all over the place, those blood pressure machines. Have you seen those? 50 cents? Put your arm and checks your blood pressure. I was thinking pretty soon we'll have a machine that gives you an entire examination. Put in $1, little hand comes out and says, cough. They even did that in Times Square. There'd be a line a block and a half long waiting to use it. And my buddy picked me up last night. We went to a birthday dinner, and we were driving along. He's got a new little car, and on the side of the car it has this sticker. It says, this car gets 33 miles on the highway, 22 miles in the city. Then they always tell you your actual mileage may vary depending on the way you drive. Like if you drive with the motor running, you might get 3-4 miles to the gallon. I'll tell you that. You ever drive along with so little gas, you're not sure you're going to make it to the next station? So what do you do when that happens? You speed up so you get there before you run out, right? That makes a lot of sense. You figure if you're going 80, you can coast 12 miles to get some gas. So we get to this birthday dinner, and I realized that whoever wrote the birthday song just assumed that everyone has a 2-syllable name. You ever notice that? Because that's how many notes they left for the name in the song. Right, like happy birthday to Billy. 2 syllables, perfect, right? If it's not 2, you have to, like if it's 1 syllable, you have to stretch it. Like this girl's name was Marge, so you have to go Marge. If it's a big, long Spanish name, you have to put it on the shelf. Like happy birthday to Jose Rodriguez Gonzalez Martinez Lopez. I took Spanish in high school, and one time I didn't do my homework. The next day the teacher called on me. She said, David, say it's 5:15 in Spanish. So I tried to fake it. I went, hey man, it's like what I have to fight. I was not a great student. I remember one time, my father said between me and my brother, whoever got the best report card could get a new bike. And my brother got an A, 2 B's, and 2 C's. I got 3 D's and 2 F's. He asked me who did better. I said, I did. I got a full house. I was in high school a long time. I was actually there about 6 years. I was. You know, in your class ring, the way it has the year you graduate? On my ring, the last number was on a wheel. You could just turn it like that, you know? Kind of adjust it. Well, you don't learn everything you have to know in high school. Like, I've been trying to learn how to cook. And one thing I realized from cooking is that I used a crock pot. You ever used one of those things? Turn it up to high, it gets a little warm. Right, low is like if you want to have beef stew when you get out of prison. Right, you're going away for 4 years. When you get out, your supper's going to be ready. You ever washing up around the sink and you get a bug? You don't want to kill him because you feel guilty? So you give him trial by ordeal? You know what I'm saying? You wash him down the sink. If he can get back to the mainland, he can live. Sometimes you make it a little tough, you turn on the disposal. They like that. It's like a tilt-a-whirl ride for them. I think the really classy bugs hang out in the bathroom, though, because they like ballet. Really, because when you flush them down the toilet, they do a little pirouette as they're going down. And girls are always leaving stuff laying around the bathroom. I notice now a lot of girls are wearing those bras with the hook over here instead of in the back. You seen that? That's a little unorthodox, guys, isn't it? Kind of like handling front-wheel drive. And it's so hard to buy stuff for people because you never know what they like and they might not want to keep it. And sometimes you buy a present and they go to return it, they can't get back their money, they get a credit instead. That ever happened to you? And you really can't use anything else in the store? That happened with my grandfather. We got him one of those motorized hospital beds. They took it back and they said, you can't exchange it, but you can get a credit. You know, so here he is in a surgical supply shop with a credit slip, right? He looked like he was picking out prizes on a Wheel of Fortune game show. It's like, I'll take the oxygen tent for $275, give me the hernia truss $119, I'll take the enema bag and the his and hers bedpans for $26.